I have to admit, I'm a little nervous because I have been in awe of the musical masterpiece that you have sung. So, this is a little like fan moment for me. Okay, so let me begin by welcoming you to another episode of What's Your Sankalp? And today I'm your host, Maunika. And for all the watchers and listeners, today we have a very special guest, someone whose voice resonates with emotion and depth, transcending genres, and lately been capturing hearts. Okay, so Prithvi Harish, he's a Carnatic vocalist, a playback singer, and a storyteller through your music. Do you think I got that right? Is that
Oh,
the
yeah, that was really flattering. Thank you so much for that introduction. I'm like really happy to be in one of your podcast episodes. So happy to be here.
Thank you so much for being here. I have to say that your voice has, touched millions. And today, from your roots in Carnatic music to your journey in playback singing, we're going to be diving deep into the music that moves you as an artist, the experiences that have shaped your craft, and also what it takes to make a song truly memorable, the way you have done with Neeli Meghamulalo. Okay, so
Yeah.
let's begin right at the beginning. We have to start talking about your early intro into music, or how you entered the world of music and how it all began.
So music was something that was introduced to me like when I was very young. So one of the very typical things that I think a lot of people from the south can resonate that the parents want their children to do something with the arts, right?
Yes.
It may be dance or an instrument or music or something. They want you to go to classes and be like, learn some classical art form. So that was how I was introduced into music. So my mom, dad, and my entire family are like, they really love music, but none of them have learned or none of them perform or into music. So, but they wanted me and my sister to do something on those lines. So I was put into music classes very early. So I was in Singapore, Bangalore, and then finally came to Chennai when I was in my fourth standard. So when I was in my early, when I was like 4 or 5 itself, I started going to like music classes, and after that, slowly when through time, I think I just picked up interest, and I was like, I just liked it, and then I just when I came to Chennai. It started as something like okay, I sort of seemed like I like it, and then slowly just went into something like I do not want to stop learning. So it just like became like something I really love, and yeah, that's how it started. So it was just about my parents putting me into classes, but then I eventually just started loving the art form. Yeah.
I think most, like you said, most of the South Indian children can resonate. Me being one of them. Initially, I wasn't interested in going to those classes, but eventually
Right.
I fell in love with it. So,
Right.
so I have to ask, honestly, did you enjoy the classes in the beginning? Or was it a process of like slowly falling, enjoying what you're doing?
It was uh, it was a process because I wouldn't say I completely hated going to classes initially or something like that. I was fine. I used to go, but it was more like a routine. Initially, it was more like okay, I have a class, I'm just gonna go. But then eventually, when I got a hang of what I'm learning, what's going on, and eventually I just became like way too connected for me to leave it.
Was there a specific moment that made you fall in love with it? Maybe like your first performance, or was there like a turning point as such?
So yeah, my first performance. So I have to give credit to my first guru in Chennai, who I went to when I came here in fourth standard. When I was in my fourth standard, I was pretty young and I was still learning, but I used to be like regular. I used to be like passionate about it. I used to go. This is it. Was the moment when I did my first performance.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that was so I have to give it to my teacher who was like she pushed me when I was in sixth standard. I did my first stage performance for an hour. So that kind of like took apart any sort of stage fear that I did have. Like there was no stage fear. I had to do my preparation, I had to sing. But stage fear was something that I got rid of very early. And that just stands still really, vivid in my head, that it was a turning point, because I just loved performing. I didn't have stage fear. I felt like I belonged there, and I just felt that sense of belonging. And as you said, the first performance really made me want to perform more. So yeah, I definitely feel like that was a great change in my mindset.
So you've been training since your childhood, and so I think it's safe to say that you've had extremely intensive training in Carnatic music. I
Yeah.
want to ask, what are some of the important techniques or maybe principles or, something that your guru has taught that you still apply today?
There are a few things that you have to keep applying on a day-to-day basis, so that you keep improving, or like you keep sustaining in this art field. So the just the basic stuff, like practicing regularly, doing your gamakas right, doing akara. I mean, there's like without I heard that you have learned Hindustani, so I think you would be able to relate to a few terms.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so just like doing sadhana just with akara, and then warming up your voice every morning, and then stuff like that is something I have to do on a day-to-day basis, so that I keep in touch with my voice, and I keep in touch with the process. Because I if you like I think I just stick to the basics, and all of my gurus have just taught me like these few things. You just have to persevere and then do these things day in and day out, and then you'll keep improving. Of course, you learn songs, you learn different ragas, and then you explore, and that is all very subjective to each teacher, how they want to approach and how they teach what song, what raga. But these basics stick. So these stuff, like you have to practice regularly. You have to tone your voice. You have to be open throated with your projection of your voice. You have to. So these kind of stuff are constant, and I still stick to them even today. I don't know if I answered your question or.
Yes, yes, you did. Yes, you
Yeah,
did. So, but the takeaway would be perseverance, practice, constant practice every single day, consistently, um,
yeah.
and just doing the same thing over and over, which is usually a sign of brilliance. So, that is that's wonderful to hear. I do want to ask you, moving from Carnatic music into playback singing. What
Mhm.
were some of your challenges, if any, and how did you adapt your style to fit the film industry, like coming from a classical background, classical music background?
So I have been like a Carnatic singer for the last, I've been performing for the last 10, 15 years now. So I'm like a completely full on Carnatic musician who has not really ventured into playback singing ever before this.
Right.
So I this was a very new experience for me. And to be really honest, I was just very secure as a Carnatic musician, and I never found the need to really hunt for opportunities in the cine field. So I've really see the thing is, I've always wanted to I'd be like, okay, it'd be wonderful to have have like an opportunity to sing in a film. I would think all that, but I never necessarily made like I didn't put in like too much effort, or I didn't go through the usual route that people who aspire to be playback singers do, like go into these reality TV shows. I didn't do that. I've never done that. I was just happy with my Carnatic. I was doing concerts. I was doing well. So playback singing was never like I have to do playback singing. I really that was never one of my first intentions. So I was just doing my music, and then suddenly this opportunity came by, which was really exciting, because I've always wanted to venture into this, but I never just took the effort for that. But this was just served to me, because I consistently started posting stuff on my Instagram, and then I got this opportunity. So I was So the transition was, I feel the transition was very smooth because I didn't have to make many changes. I sung like almost how I do sing Carnatic. Not too much of difference in how I project my voice or how I, modulate it or something. Um, it was pretty smooth because very fortunately the first song that I have sung has a full on Carnatic bass. It's like it's like almost like very comfortable space for me. I didn't have to go out of the box. It was not like a different type of um, a different type of song or different genre of song. So it was just very easy for me to adapt. And I listened to a track and I said I'm okay to sing. And then I had Vivek Sagar come and help me with how he wanted it specifically to be. And that was the only thing. So he had a vision. He just wanted me to execute it. So he would say modulate here, pronounce this better here. Apart from that, I just did my singing, and there were some extempo portions as well, like where I had to do some big humming bits in the song. He gave me the full, um, artistic liberty. That he was like, you just do your thing, whatever comes and fits there, we'll have that. So it was very very comfortable for me. I felt like I was just doing a Carnatic. It was just a regular Carnatic recording for me, but just that it was for a film and it was in a different language, and I had to suit the needs of what the music director wanted. So it was all about that, but otherwise the transition was very smooth for me.
Lovely. But as you mentioned, so you said it's in a different language, right? You primarily
Yeah,
speak Tamil, and this
yeah.
is a Telugu song. So how did you interpret the song before recording it? And did you have to spend time understanding the story or the message, the meaning behind the song? Especially since you don't, I mean, I, as a Telugu speaker, I myself had to look up the meanings of the
Right,
lyrics.
right, right.
So as someone who doesn't understand the language, was that an extra layer for you to work on?
Initially, I did ask them to provide me a context as to where the song is coming, what is the song for, because I also needed to know like what is the placement of the song and why the song is happening and all that. So that they did give me, because this was recorded like more than a year back. So the song was recorded, I think, last Feb, and I think last Feb. By that time, I think they were still like filming, and it was still the process of the filming was going on. So they were themselves not really sure, but they gave me a gist of what the movie is about, what the story is, what the background is, and where my song is potentially going to be placed. It's about a husband and wife or going through stuff, and the song is going to come a little bit during like a flashback portion where they meet, and it's going to come in pieces, but it's going to really fit in well. And the next part was what the song meant, literal translation. So that also I had like, I think they had I think the lyricist did a wonderful job. I think one of the things, yeah, I think one of the things, definitely, the song in itself is amazing composition by Vivek Sagarji. But I think the next thing that everybody talk about is how meaningful the lyrics are, right? So I think Bharadwaj Garu has done a wonderful job. And I think when I listened to and got to know the meaning, I was like really, really amazed because it was so poetic, and it kind of like you don't just listen to songs like I mean
Absolutely.
yeah, be it the tune, be it the lyrics, both of them have taken a hit nowadays. So I feel like now I think both of them came together so beautifully. So I was just amazed, and then I kind of like got a literal translation of to as to what each line means, so that I can also kind of try to emote that if I can, possibly. So yeah, that was about it. And it's not that Telugu is very unfamiliar for me, because in Carnatic music as well, there are composers who compose in Telugu. There's Tyagaraja, and there are other composers who do compose in Telugu. So as a language, I can still, I'm still familiar with it. Just that, of course, I don't know a word to word translation. So for that, I needed help. But other than that, it was a familiar language. I just got to know the meaning, and then with a few pronunciations, Vivek himself was there during the recording. So he was like, "This is dha, not dha. This is sha, not sha." and I got to know some subtle variations that you don't see in Tamil actually. They're like sh is different, and then I was like, okay, so I had those kind of inputs from him, but otherwise I was again pretty smooth to blend into Telugu. I don't know. I thought it was like. I did it very matter of fact, but a lot of people just assumed that I was a Telugu person. So,
Yes, my husband included. Sankalp also thought you were a Telugu person.
right, a lot of people would automatically text me in Telugu, and then I had to say Naku Telugu Radu. The only the basic Telugu that I know I had to flaunt. I was like, no, I don't know Telugu, but thank you. I understand where you're coming from, but thank you. But I'm just happy that I have been able to deliver the lyrics well, and it has come out like sounded like I am a Telugu speaker. So that's nice. That's good.
Absolutely. I have to tell you, when I looked up because at first I just heard the song, and
Hmm.
to be very honest, haven't watched the video until very recently. I did not watch so I did not understand the context or the movie. I know
Okay.
nothing of it. It's just the audio that has been playing on loop in my head for months and months on end. And so I decided to finally look up the lyrics because it was hard to decipher, right? As I said, the Telugu is quite advanced even in the
Advanced.
lyrics. So even for me, I had to look it up. And the second I did, I had goosebumps and I was, I had tears in my eyes. But due credit where must be given, of course, Bharadwaj Garu for the lyrics, Vik Sagar Garu for creating such a masterpiece, and also
Yeah.
for because you brought all of it to life. I don't think the song would have translated the way it did if you were not the voice behind it. Um, and yeah, I just have to give props. You've done such an excellent job with this song, Prithvi Garu.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm just blessed to have had this opportunity to, venture into playback singing, and my first song being something so beautiful. So I think I'm just really happy.
I want to ask you, how do you approach connecting emotionally with your audience through your voice?
So voice is a very, powerful tool. I think that is something I'm so happy that my voice can transcend boundaries and, and then just reach to the people and, convey the emotions that it has to convey. So because I think for anything, be Carnatic or be playback singing, I think the essence of the lyrics should be brought out by the rendition, and everything can be enhanced or brought to life when you modulate and you have the voice to make it sound how it has to sound. So there are a few songs where you'll have to sing with a different type of voice projection. There are a few songs where you have to sing a certain way for it to sound aesthetic, pleasing, and very devotional, you know. So that is something I feel I've been able to definitely connect with the audience with Neeli Meghamulalo. I definitely feel like because I did put in some sort of effort to kind of sound um, a particular way for this, for like some songs which have such a beautiful meaning and sound very heavenly. You also have to kind of match the vibe, kind of sing that way. So in that aspect, I feel like I put in some work to project and like sing um, to make it sound as suitable to the song, and I'm happy that it has reached everyone. And I feel like I've also found this through my videos that I post on Instagram, through all those series that I did prior to this. So in everything as well, I felt like my voice was something that really connected with everyone, because I did not use any sort of like technology to alter voice, or I didn't use any apps. It was very raw. The videos that I put out was like just I would just keep I just place it in a location. I had video and audio recorded at the same time. I didn't even like overlap, and it would just be my raw voice. So I think in some ways, some people have told me to add some production value to my videos and all that, because you have people, a lot of people following your account and stuff. You have to like put in better effort. But I also feel um, the more raw and the more raw my voice, or the how I've done my videos until now have been, is part of how the connection is also formed. I feel like it's more real and raw, and I think that is also something that I do not want to give up. So I think that rawness of my voice has connected well. I think in the way it has come out in the videos, I think people have, I'm just happy that people have connected well to it. And I also just wanted to put that into the Neeli Meghamulalo as well, so that it suits the mood of the song. But yeah, I'm just happy my voice is able to connect with,
So,
with everyone.
do you wish to make an impact through your music or, your voice, like in every single, like you said on Instagram, you've been posting and you post raw versions. What
Yeah.
is the impact that you want to leave with your listeners? Like, what do you want them to leave your page with or take from your music?
So, of course, see, I want them to listen to good music. So I want to, also, I feel like too much of adding too many layers um, of, like, recording my audio separately, doing overlap video in a place, and then, tinkering my audio as well, and then doing all that. I feel like, yes, that is good and that will also reach, but I feel like just doing it raw, I think adds a layer engine. It gives a better realistic connection with the audience. So that is one thing. I want them to feel like it's very real. His rendition is very real, and it has not been, tinkered with. It's a very real rendition of whatever he's doing. That is one thing I want people to take away. And the second thing is, of course, I want to also bring in some sort of like knowledge driven content that people can consume and be like, okay, so these songs are all from the same raga. Okay, that is interesting. I didn't know that. I want them to take away that as well, because
I
it's just not that I just want to sing a song and they're just going to listen to the song and be like, oh, that's nice. I want to also make them think, okay, so these are the songs that all come together under the same raga. Okay, that is interesting. I want them to feel that as well. So I think a lot of people also told me that, which is made me happy, because a lot of people are like, I have always wondered why I like these three songs, but now I know that all these three songs are from the same raga. Now I understand why. So when people say that, you're like, okay, that's nice that they're able to relate that as well. So that is also something I want them to take away from my page.
Absolutely. I have to say that I am personally like a fan of that series that you were doing, of, singing 6 to 7 songs in the same raga and a few lines.
Yeah.
And it made me, so the first video that I saw made me look for more songs that I would know in different ragas. So I kept scrolling and scrolling and I ended up, watching and enjoying the entire series. So I love that you're doing something different than just performing. So there is definitely a knowledge factor, right? Added to
Yeah.
your each post that you make on Instagram.
Yeah.
About Neeli Meghamulalo, we have to get into like a 101 because I
Yep.
myself have been trying to learn the song for a few months now, especially that akar that you do, that
Yep.
so I broke it down and I've been trying to get the notes and everything. But I don't think we can move forward in this segment without me asking you to sing the song once for everyone.
Sure.
If that's all right.
Sure, sure, sure. This is going to be very rough. So,
Absolutely, please.
Mm, పోరునే గెలుచుపార్థివీపతి సాటిలేని ఘనుడేనా నీరజాక్షియలిగే వేళను దివిల్లు ముడివంసగలదా సడే చాలు శతసైన్యాలు నడిపే ధీరుడైనా వసుధావాణి మిథిలావేణి మది వెనుక పలుకు పలుకులెరుగగలదా నీలి మేఘములలో ధరణి తేజం నయనాంతరంగములలో వనరే నాదం.
Was perfect and sounded exactly like the original, mastered version that we get at the end. And that's what I realized even with your cover on Instagram. It sounded exactly like the same thing that, we've been
Yeah.
listening to on Spotify or YouTube and, all of these platforms. So I don't think there was many changes made to, your raw vocals, which was quite refreshing, honestly. I have to ask you, if possible, if you could do a little breakdown of the swaram of that akar that you did.
Yeah, sure.
I,
That
I,
I
I,
can do
I
that.
got
Yeah.
as far as to like the first ni sa re ma ba ma re sa ni sa re ma ba ma re
Yeah.
ni sa re sa. And so
Sarisa, no, Sarisa. Yeah.
the third line is where I have been getting a little, stuck. So if you could please break that swaram down for all of us.
Yeah. So it starts as you said. Ni sa ri ma ba ma ri sa ni sa ri ma ba ma ri sa ni sa ri sa ni sa ri sa ni sa ri sa ni sa ri sa. That comes twice, and then the third one which goes up is ni sa ri ma pa ma ri sa ri ma pa ni sa ri sa sa ni ni pa pa ma ma ri sa ri ma pa ni sa ri ma pa ma ri ma pa ma ri ma pa, and then it sustains at pa.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate, and I'm sure everyone listening will enjoy this so, so very much. How were you approached to sing for Neeli Meghamulalo? And what were your thoughts when you first heard about the song? Your initial thoughts?
Yeah. Okay. So this one. So yeah. So what happened was, Vivek Sagarji had followed me on Instagram on my music page, and then I think Jan 2024. I think around Jan, he reached out to me and said there is this song that we're composing for 35. He reached out through Instagram. He just saw my videos. He found my vocals. I think he wanted the same vocals for the song. I think he had a vision and he just reached out to me on Instagram. And I was like, I did not expect it at all because my motive was not. I didn't even know that through raga based whatever that I was doing on as reels for the people to understand and take away. I didn't know that it would reach Vivek, who's like a full-on Telugu music composer. He's not even from Tamil, and he's listened to it. He was impressed, and he reached out to me for a song. I was just like very happy. Of course, I was like, I first did not believe it, and then I was like, is he really asking me for a song? What kind of movie is this? I was really intrigued initially, and then he said, yes, this is a song. It is like has a very like it. I think it'll suit you and it'll be to your strengths. It's kind of like something that you can do. I feel I'll send you like a rough track of the song. So he had somebody else sing it just roughly for me to understand how the song goes. And then he was kind enough to say, "You can listen to the song and then let me know if you like it and if you want to sing it or not." I was like, sure. But then once I listened to like the first bit, where there was like this the Nadaswaram and the that portion and then the humming and then just how the song flowed, I was just already floored. I was like, I'm definitely singing this, no doubt, sir. I'm like, this is such a blessing to have like a song, an opportunity for me to sing, and that was a beautiful song like this. I'm not going to leave the opportunity. I'm definitely singing. And then he said, okay, I'm so happy that you have agreed, and then let's do the recording and all. And that's how it went. And then and then in a month or so I had the recording for the Telugu version of the song, where he and the producer as well as the actor in the movie, who was paired opposite Niveda Thomas, Vishwadev, both of them flew in from Hyderabad to Chennai just for the recording of Neeli Meghamulalo. And it was very sweet, and I had like a wonderful experience. So yeah, this was how it started. It was through Instagram, and that's when I realized the power that Instagram holds nowadays. You don't even know, you don't even expect things to go a certain way, or you just, but just the impact that it has. I don't think if I just had, see, I might have been very secure just doing my Carnatic, but if I had not projected that on Instagram the way I have through, linking it through, cine music, ragas, and all that, I probably would not have gotten an opportunity to sing such a beautiful song. So I feel like, uh, yeah, Instagram is like really powerful media to, project yourself. And I think it's pretty necessary these days. And it's um, something that I really, in retrospect, I was just thinking about how I just started doing these reels and how the reels boomed and how suddenly, I had people like Vivek reach out to me. It was just wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, I think, like you said, the power of social media is such, maybe a few decades ago, no one could have imagined finding another artist or, via social media, right? It
Yeah.
always maybe, I think in the industry, it would be word of mouth or, someone knows someone, that sort of a thing.
Correct. Yeah.
This is really, truly a unique experience from an artist that we've heard
Yeah.
so far, and it's beautiful. So that's how the process of recording the song began, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to ask, do you have a favorite moment or like a favorite memory from the recording process that you'd like to share?
I think, I mean, it's a very cliche answer, but the entire the entire recording in itself was very pinch me kind of a moment, because I was going and had no idea how recordings happen for movies. I don't know how playback singing works, how you learn a lot of things as to and it was very just surreal just to be in the opposite side of the glass door and have 2 3 people on this side prompting you and all that. It was just overall, it was just a surreal experience as a whole. um One or two particular incidents or something that I really have a good memory of, I think, is this humming portion. It took me a while to nail that because this was fresh off right in the morning. This recording was, so I was a little unwarmed for a very fast, a kind of a car section. So that took a while, and that especially took a while because it was not about singing the whole stretch. It was about doing all that and sustaining in the upper part.
Yes, right at
So
the end. Yes, when you hold
yeah, I
that.
had to. Yeah, it's not like I just have to touch the note. I have to go there, and he wanted me to sustain for a few seconds as well. So that's where I was either not hitting the note right, or I would do everything, but I would not sustain enough. I would stop earlier, and so that was kind of it was memorable in a way that I was feeling that I was taking too many takes, and so I was not like very happy about it. But Vivek was like, "It's fine. You keep rolling. We'll wait. You keep doing it. Whenever you nail it, we'll take that portion and we'll have it." And then all those small portions, like there are small akar portions. Like in the beginning, there is that one, and then there is one more in the middle as well. Uh, um, there's one before that. So all these Akar portions were a little different in the audio that he'd sent. But he was like, you don't have to sing the same thing at all. You go ahead within that time frame, whatever few seconds that they were, just go ahead with whatever you want. It could be anything. Or something, or just go ahead with something, and whatever I feel like is really really nice that comes out of your spontaneous artistic uh, rendition, I'll just take that and use it. So I felt that was really nice. That was very interesting. So a few things that really stand out are these Briga portions that I took a lot of time to do, but he was like very comforting about it. And also he gave me the liberty to sing a few things, and he just took the best out of it. So these were some things that I really remember from that day. But I think overall, I think the entire experience was like so memorable.
As many of our listeners and watchers do not know that you are not a Telugu speaking person, but in fact a Tamilian, if I could ask you to sing your favorite Tamil song for our audience today.
Sure. So again, there are too many favorites to pick from. என்னவளே அடி என்னவளே எந்த இதயத்தை தொலைத்து விட்டேன் எந்த இடம் அது தொலைந்த இடம் அந்த இடத்தையும் மறந்து விட்டேன் உந்தன் கால் கொலுசில் அது தொலைந்ததென்று உந்தன் காலடி தேடி வந்தேன் காதல் என்றால் பெரும் அவஸ்தை என்று உன்னை கண்டதும் கண்டு கொண்டேன் எந்தன் கழுத்து வரை இன்று கால்கள் வந்து இரு கண் விழி பிதுங்கி நின்றேன் என்னவளே அடி என்னவளே எந்தன் இதயத்தை துளைத்து விட்டேன்.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for singing that for us. It is also one of my favorite Tamil songs. So, an absolute treat to everyone who's listening and watching. I have to ask you if you listen to music from different languages, and if so, a few songs or a few lines of maybe your favorite song from another language. It could be Hindi, Telugu, English, anything.
Hmm. I do listen. English is something I usually don't listen to much. English has never been something that is English music has never been something that has been constantly on my playlist. I do listen to some occasional songs, but not my go-to. So usually my go-to songs are Tamil. I have made majority of my playlist is Tamil, but a few songs here and there I do listen from Telugu, Malayalam, Hindi as well. But a little more than Telugu and Malayalam, I listen to a few more Hindi songs. अच्छा चलता हूँ दुआओं में याद रखना मेरे जिक्र का जुबान पे सुवाद रखना दिल के संदूकों में मेरे अच्छे काम रखना चिट्ठी तारों में भी मेरा तू सलाम रखना अंधेरा तेरा मैंने ले लिया मेरा उजला सितारा तेरा नाम किया चन्ना मेरे या चन्ना मेरे या चन्ना मेरे या बेलिया ओ पिया.
Beautiful, lovely, absolutely lovely. And one of the very popular Hindi songs, this is, which I love as well. Thank you so much for singing that for us. I want to ask if you have any upcoming collaborations or projects that you're really excited about, and what your vision is for your future music, or any other new directions you want to pursue in your musical career. Like you said, you was a solely focused Carnatic performing artist
Correct.
before Neeli Meghamulalo happened.
Yeah.
So I want to know now, has anything shifted in that perspective?
I mean, my base perspective remains the same. I do want to give out good music. I want to continue doing what I do in terms of like, performing as a Carnatic musician and then growing in that field. But definitely, I think Neeli Meghamulalo has paved way for so much more opportunities that I did not think of, probably like a few years back, 1 or 2 years back, I would not have thought of such avenues that I can pursue that Neeli Meghamulalo has given me now. So of course now I want to make full use of it and try to um, get more opportunities to perform some beautiful songs, have some collaborations with some other artists that I do really like and admire. Um, and in the meanwhile, just like continue putting out music on my Instagram page. That is something I do not want to stop because that is something people consume very wholeheartedly, and they really want me to keep doing it
Yeah.
because after a point, I think I was doing it for consistently for a year, And then after that, until from like for the last 6 months to a year, I've not been that consistent. I've been like, just putting out here and there. And a lot of people are just asking me why you're not putting out videos. They just it's become more of a commitment now. Like a lot of people are like you, they want to listen to me, and
Yes.
I'm like, okay, there are many people who are there. I really have to put out a video now. So given all that, I really want to continue doing this. Probably do something on the lines of how I did something like some a raga series. I can venture onto some other series which will also you know help the audience gain some knowledge on the songs that they do listen and have some takeaways from the music. So yep, I want to do that as well. Continue growing my page, and also looking forward to some really nice collaborations and whatever comes my way. I'm excited.
Lovely, lovely. So are we as an audience to see, where this journey takes you. I have a quick rapid fire round for you that will be, super fast questions, super fast answers. Okay, so the first question is, if you could collaborate with any legendary musician, who would it be and why?
Okay. On the top of my head, it's AR Rahman. I want to badly collaborate with him. I think why? I think everybody who will know as to why, because he is who he is, and the kind of music that he's given through all these years, and it's just not he the versatility that he has, the type of music that he's ventured into.
Yes.
I think it's just crazy. I just want to get into his mind and ask him a lot of questions. And in the process, also definitely collaborate with him. So, yes.
Love that. Okay, what's the one song that instantly takes you back to your childhood or early music days?
Okay. So, my childhood has been defined by a song that I used to keep listening when I was small, and I used to eat and smile and, do everything that my parents wanted me to do only if I listened to a particular song. It's a song from a Tamil movie from 2000 called Kushi. There's a song called ஒரு பொண்ணு ஒண்ணு நான் பார்த்தேன் சென்டிமீட்டர் சிரிக்க சொல்லி கேட்டேன் அவ சிரிச்சா சிரிப்பில 100 பேர் செத்து போயிட்டா ஐயோ ஐயோ ஐயோ. There's a song like this
Love it.
that yeah so this song, I don't know, just was something that I used to really get excited about when I was small, and even now I do have recollections of me listening to that a lot when I was small. So that's something on top of my head that I remember.
That definitely brings you that nostalgic feeling.
Nostalgia.
Childhood.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, next question. Can you give us a sneak peek of your favorite raga?
Okay, sure. But this is like favorite at the moment, kind of,
Okay.
because there are too many ragas, too many to choose from. It's like asking for a favorite song. Asking for a favorite raga is very similarly. I have so many ragas that I do like, but some of them, like on top of my head, definitely. Mm, mm, This is a favorite ragam of mine, Amir Kalyani.
Lovely, lovely. If I am allowed to ask, if I don't know if you make mistakes ever, could you tell us a time about when you messed up during a performance and how did you handle it?
Of course, I've messed up many times. So that is, I think, messing up on stage. I think it's a process of learning. Also, like when you know, I mean, it's about being aware that you're making a mistake, and it's also about how you handle it on a public platform. And then years go by and you gain experience, the number of mistakes you do will come down. But if you do a mistake, you'll know how to handle it on stage and not, be evident about it. So mistakes do happen, and I've messed up a lot of times. I've sung the wrong Sharanam. I've like forgot the Sharanam lyrics, and then I've like, I've just sing the Pallavi and then just keep waiting for like 2 3 hours until I remember. I have my sister and my mom mind the lyrics. It happens even now, even though I've like performed for more than 10 years. Sometimes you'd not even expect it. Suddenly you'll just go blank. Suddenly everything will go blank. You'd have practiced it. It'll be you just have to deal with it on stage and just you just don't evidently show it. The general audience should not know that you've made like an evident mistake. Yeah, only the people who really know the music will know. You should not make it obvious to everyone.
Yeah.
That's kind of like how I handle it. And yeah, many times have happened and will happen also, just about how you handle. Yeah.
Lovely, lovely. I want to ask if you have one inspiration or someone you look up to in life and also on your musical journey.
So in my musical journey has mostly been rooted through Carnatic. So I've had a lot of people who I looked up to as Carnatic musicians, who I wanted to, be one day, or wanted to you just admire a lot. So my guru, um, when I was about eighth or ninth grade, I joined. A senior Vidwan who is by the name P.S. Narayana Swami. So he's a Padma Bhushan awardee, and he also has a lot of top Carnatic musicians as his students. So, for example, I don't know if you've heard of a few of the top Carnatic musicians like Ranjani Gayatri, Abhishek Raghuram. So these all these musicians have learned under him. So I had the privilege of being one of his last students when he I was like really really happy when I joined under him, and everything he did as a human being, as a musician, as a teacher inspired me a lot. And now he's no more. He passed away in 2020, but the memories I carry with the classes that I went, and the songs that he taught, and the way he approached music, and just the person that he was, I think he is one of the people I still look up to, and aspire to make proud of in this journey of music. So definitely, if one person in the music fraternity that I look up to is my guru. Yeah, PSN Mama.
That's beautiful. I have to ask if you could give your younger self any piece of advice, what would it be? A younger Prithvi.
I mean, piece of advice. I think I was good. I don't think I just do what you're doing, and that's it. Because I think I personally can't point out any specific point in life where I had I needed someone to pat me and get me up and running and stuff like that. So if that was the case, then I'd have told myself to be like chin up and all that. But now I feel like I was just doing my thing. I was just doing music. I was learning. I was going through the process, and everything was just falling in place. So I would have just been like, do what you're doing, and everything will be fine.
So have faith, just keep that
Yeah,
faith.
just have faith. Just keep doing music, and everything will go well.
This is our last question in the rapid round. Is that what is the most unexpected, funniest, or any heartwarming compliment that you've received from a fan?
Yeah, this is more of unexpected and very heartwarming, very touching one that I got from a fan, and it just shows the impact which Neeli Meghamulalo has had on a lot of people. So that was very touching. Was an instance where a mother had messaged me saying their son, when she was pregnant, she kept listening to Neeli Meghamulalo, and once the son was born, and he does now also react to the song, and also eats, and and is very chirpy whenever the song is out and about, and even when he has to sleep it's like a lullaby. And she says he really lives and breathes the song, and he really wants to meet you one day, and we want to meet you, and thank you for the music you've given. I got a message on those lines, and I was just very touched. I was like, this is just the profound impact that music has on so many people's lives. This is just one of the people who's messaged me. I'm so heartwarming and unexpected that I got a message like that. Yeah.
Really truly speaks to the impact that you have definitely made in so many people's lives with just one song that became popular, and of course, through the rest of your musical journey as well. As we reach the end of our episode, we ask every single guest that comes on our show this question. And today I want to ask you, Prithvi Garu. So, as the title suggests, what's your Sankalp? Sankalp is, in Sanskrit, it would mean like Sankalpam, your determination, your purpose in
Mhm.
life, or, your aspirations and goals. So, Prithvi Garu, what is your Sankalp?
My sankalp in life is to continue doing what I'm doing, continue being in touch with my art form, continue never stop, or never have like a disconnect ever with music. I want to always stay connected with my music, always stay focused on the path of, giving out good music, learning, performing, and doing what I'm aspiring to do. I want to keep going on that path wherever life takes me. It might be like I still, might be pursuing an IT job, be what come may. I still want to always give out music, stay in touch with my art form, and that's what I keep telling myself. It's not like every day or every person that gets to sing or stay in touch with any sort of the art form. A lot of people um, do not maybe carried away with a lot of other things in life that they do not sing or put give focus to arts. And so when you have had 10 or 15 years of learning an art form and getting to where you are, you should never stop. You should never give up on your music. So that is the sankalpam that I will take, that I should constantly be in touch with music, let it be in any form, be it with my by putting out more stuff on my Instagram, collaborating with more artists, singing more concerts, and building a name in the field in Carnatic music. Be what it be, whatever. I want to keep doing it and never lose touch with music. I think that's a sankalpam, and be happy in the process. Yeah.
And I think that would be a privilege to, everyone who enjoys your music and loves listening to your voice. It truly is a privilege to, listen to a song that you created and sang, and, hopefully many more songs like that, or, following along your Carnatical music journey. Thank you so much, Prithvi Garu, today for coming on What's Your Sankalp, for taking out the time. It truly has been an honor. I, on behalf of my entire generation, would like to thank you for singing this song, for reinstating our faith in Indian classical art and reminding us that, songs like this can exist and
Yeah.
bring out the best of what Carnatic music has to offer. So thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah, thank you so much. I also have to thank, once again, I have to thank the director, music director, the lyricist for all coming together to give this beautiful song. I
Absolutely.
think it was a combined effort, and I'm so happy that, Vivek found me through Instagram and, all this came together. I'm so happy, and I'm also extremely glad that you wanted to have me in your podcast series. And I was just very, very happy to, uh, to be even part of this, because it's the first time I'm a part of a podcast series, and just very happy to collaborate and just express whatever I can share with you, and wishing you the best. You were a great host. I think you did a wonderful job. I think wishing you the best, wishing you and your family all the love. Yeah,
Like,
thank you for having me.
likewise, Prithvi Garu, we're always rooting for your success and hoping to, see and hear much more of your music. Thank you so much.
Yeah.